Welcome. This is another video on SPSS. In this video, we will be discussing how to add variables, how to enter data, and some other functions. In this SPSS file, you can see that there are 29 variables. As per your questionnaire, you can add when you select variable view, and you can add whatever the particular variable, and there should not be any space when you are adding variable name. However, like gender, age, education level, those things you can add. Important points are name, there should not be any spaces, and under label, say if it is gender, under label you can have a descriptive name such as gender of the respondents, and there could be spaces in between. And next thing, under this column it says values, so you can code it as per your code book. You can code it as 1 for male, 2 for female. However, in this case we have coded in this manner. Another thing is you have to select the correct measure. Here we have selected for gender nominal, and for some other variables we have selected scale. And in some cases, such as income level, if you are having some income categories, and for education level and education level categories, then of course you can select ordinary level or ordinary measure as well. Another thing, when you visit data view, you can select this value labels. When you visit here and when you press that one, you will be getting the detailed version rather than numerical expressions. For an example, in marital status, once you click that, you will be getting married or unmarried. When you undo that, you will be getting only numerals. That's a difference between selecting and deselecting value labels. And benefit of that is, when you generate an output, it will be given as in string form. That means rather than in analysis for gender, rather than getting the output as 0, 1, it will be mentioning this is for females and this figure is for males, so it will be more comprehensive. That's a benefit. Next thing, when you are adding data, once you have completed all the variables, what you can do is, for an example, this is the 6,400 responded. Thereafter you can complete all the particulars for the next respondent. That means you can enter details for 6,401 respondent details, his age, marital status, address, income, so on and so forth. Otherwise, you can continue adding all the respondents' age. Likewise, you can complete all the age entering. Thereafter, you can move into marital status, completing for all the respondents. Those two methods could be used. And once you add all this data, you can go to file. Thereafter you can save as, then you can select a particular location and you can save the SPSS file. Next thing is opening that saved file. That you can do by selecting file, or else you can select this open data document. Both could be used. If you are using that file, then of course you can visit open, then data, and you can select the particular location and open the specific SPSS file. Similarly, you can import data such as from Excel or text file types. Therefore, you can visit File and select Import Data and select the particular file type such as Excel or text. Next thing what we are discussing is how to get case summaries. That is for the purpose of identification of missing values. For that you can visit Analyze, then Reports, then you can select Case Summaries. So you will be having these all the variables here. Then you can transfer by selecting all to this variable, and if you wish you can select statistics. That's not necessary at this stage, and you can select all the limit cases. If you have a particular number, say if you are going to analyze whether there are any missing values for the first 100 respondents, you can select, otherwise you just leave it alone, and you can press OK. Then it will be giving missing value details or how many data points are missing. In this case, total number is 6400, and as per this case processing summary, you can see that for this variable, that is internet, there are 255 missing points. You can analyze in this table in detail. Once you move on to internet variable, now it is at the right hand side. When you go down, you can identify that there are some data points which are mentioning other than no and yes. That means no answer. Likewise, so when you go to the bottom of this table, it says only 6145 completed data points are available, and in this column you will be noticing particular respondent number as well, so that you can identify the missing numbers. That is case summaries. Next thing what we will be discussing is how to get summary statistics for variables. For that you can select Analyze, Descriptive Statistics, Frequencies, and if you wish you can check the details of the variables one by one, or else you can select all the variables. And you can transfer all the variables to this right hand side box, and you can select what are the statistics you needed, but only thing that for nominal or ordinary type variables, selecting of statistics such as mean, median, mode are not relevant. So you can select particular variables for that purpose, otherwise you can ignore. We'll be showing the difference by selecting all these variables. This is summary table. Summary data is given for all the 29 variables, and variable name is appearing at the top. And you can scroll and visit from the beginning to the end. And as we said earlier, There's no meaning for mean figure, such as for a variable like marital status. It is being given as 0.5 and there's no meaning. Although we get the calculation, there's no meaning. So you can select most of the variables other than nominal and ordinary variables for this kind of analysis. And if you go to analyze again, then select descriptive statistics. Say if you want to get further analysis of a particular nominal or ordinary variable, for this case we will be selecting income, and you can present it as a chart. You can select a chart. Beg your pardon. For this kind of analysis, for nominal or ordinary variables, we can select pie charts, and you can press continue and press OK. So you will be given this kind of statistic summary, and at the bottom this kind of chart will be there. So you can double click the chart and you can activate chart editor, and you can do whatever the editing, and you can copy and paste into your Word document as well. Similarly, for a string variable, you can draw a chart. For that, analyze descriptive statistic, descriptives, descriptive statistics, select frequencies, then you can select particular variable. Household income will be selecting. Go to charts and select histograms, and you can select show normal curve on histogram as well for detailed analysis or further comprehension. So again you can copy and paste, otherwise you can double click and you can activate chart editor, and you can do so many modifications, and you can copy the same to your Word document. So with that, we'll be concluding this session. Thanks for watching.